Hi, team. Okay, so last but not least, I do want to review what or how we can create a pop-up. So a pop-up can be utilized in a couple different ways on our site. One of the biggest ways or the best ways that we could potentially utilize it is when you perhaps maybe adding something to your cart, a food item, you are prompted or you were asked in the brief to, let's see what it actually says here, um, should have an option to add special instructions. This is where you want to say, no thanks, no bacon, something along those lines. So our pop-ups, we don't want to have our actual screen size. So we do want to make those slightly smaller. I'm just going to go ahead, whoops, and make those a little bit smaller, and then we can adjust that height. So we can go ahead and gauge them when we place them on top of our site there. So what are we going to have on here? So let's just build one up quick. So let's say, for instance, I clicked a menu item and I want to maybe go ahead and add that to my cart. How delicious. So let's add that. And then again, let's go ahead. I'm just going to use this text. You start to get used to where they are in here. Sometimes I just snag them from our other areas. Let's call this a bean salad. Maybe make that in bold. I do find that font a little bit small, to be honest, so maybe I will bring that up. This is where a lot of your testing will come in handy, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So I did also notify that when we did select an item or add an item or click on an item, there will be a small description. So that description could potentially be in your main menu. It could potentially, or sorry, yeah, in your main menu, it could be in your pop-up. Feel as though I'm losing my brain a little bit. I've done these videos for quite a while this evening. So let's just go ahead and add a little bit of lorem ipsum in here just to give it a little bit more context, a little more visual. So let's just say we've got, just went online and grabbed a little bit of lorem ipsum. I'm going to paste that in here. I'm for sure don't want that to be in bold. So making sure you keep in mind your hierarchy, and things like that. So we do properly label our items. Maybe we make that a little bit larger. Then we'll play with that grid. Maybe now we have, let's call that $5. Kind of screen back. And then perhaps maybe we will have add to cart. Now we'll talk about those little special instructions. So that would say, for instance, be a little form field. So look at that, we created one of those over here. So let's maybe just snag that so we're not reinventing the wheel. Special instructions. Maybe add to cart over on the other side. And I think that's looking pretty good. Size that. Keeping that spacing consistent. And then that would say, for instance, be our pop-up. And once I get into the demoing for our presentation format, I can show you how you can properly present that. So that kind of sums it up in a nutshell, folks, for our wireframing. So have a little bit of fun. Like I said, you might go and start to create a few screens, and then you might need to circle back a little bit, maybe make some adjustments, maybe adjust some of your character styles, outline them a little bit more, maybe add some different fonts in there. But do your best, start playing with the program and have a little fun.